Courtney! Okay, so we are going to go into your tarot reading. I'm sorry you were in my laundry room with me, girl, because it's been a time, and I'll update you more on that later, because this is about you. Sorry, I'm trying to get some extra light in here, because I know it's really dark, and not show you my boobs. But I hope you're doing well. And as always, I'm going to tell you to take a nice deep breath because this is your week 1 tarot reading for the month of October. You're going to be getting another reading to kind of catch you up on these last 2 weeks very soon. But this is how, whenever I look back at your last week, and I feel like this is going to be a theme that plays out for you for the rest of the month of October, of how this month is going for you. I want you to honor this time, as always. And in addition to this video, I'm hearing that you need some Reiki sent your way. So I'm gonna try and send you some Reiki as well. I am Reiki 2 certified now, so I can offer that in addition to these readings. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna close this door because I have a fan going in my living room and I don't want that to distract you at all. So, for what you need to embrace is the 4 of Cups, and we are using the Thelma Tarot. I love it because it looks like a piece of artwork. Like, everything just looks so beautiful here. But for the 4 of Cups, you know the cups represent our emotions and water, and sometimes we can just get a little stuck and our fluidness of all of it. And really what this means is you got to take this 4 of Cups and you got to find some time to get back to you and maybe do some inward reflection on and some meditation, because this is a call. This is spirit calling you to get back to yourself, get back to your sense of alignment, like where you want to go from here on out, both spiritually and kind of mentally. I'm feeling like I want to use the words depression has been like a little bit of a ongoing thing mixed with a little bit of anxiety, and it's telling you to kind of take a step back from all of that. And I know it's hard, like that is definitely hard. But whenever you go into the meditation about like what are the triggers behind these emotions, you're going to start to really dig deep and figure that out. To whenever you get those triggers, you can say, pause. This is how I need to change the narrative to deal with this. And this also, the 4 of Cups can also signal a shutting down, kind of like letting some new opportunities that could have come into your life go, which could mean, you know, your yoga business or becoming yoga teacher training certified or whatever. You kind of let that go to put some other things first. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm hearing the word regret, that you're kind of a little regretful that you had to do that. This card also is a good indicator that, you know, you're still kind of thinking, it's still on your mind in a sense. Which brings me to the next card, which is stunning and so appropriate. It's about what you're kind of leaning into in a sense, and that is the moon. Look at this, isn't this so pretty? So the moon, and for here, whenever the moon comes up like this, all of your cards are forward, none of them are reversed, so that's good. You're not blocking any opportunities, you're not purposely shutting anything down or running away from anything on purpose. These are just our feelings that we're going in and out of. And for here, you know, for you, it's anxiety is that trigger that we see over here with you know, depression and the needing to go inside yourself emotionally and just dealing with that. And I feel like this has to do with maybe some relationship issues on more of a romantic front. And with the moon, you don't really know where you're going. It's almost like your destination is kind of uncertain, but you're there to find your path, to take on anything and everything. And the moon kind of signals that maybe you can do all the things that you want to do, but just not right now. Kind of like you need to go down a list, like a to-do list of all of your accomplishments that you're trying to get up and going, and just say, okay, I can do this now, but this triggers this in me, so maybe this is going to have to come later once I go through the shadow work. And I'm feeling like you need to do some shadow work to get through the anxiety for this past week and this month. I'm hearing this month. And work on some intention setting, because whenever we go inside ourselves with the Four of Cups, we sometimes get like lost about like what should I be doing? What is my path? How can I be going about this? Look for patterns during that thought process and try to change that as much as you possibly can. Okay? So our third card is basically what we should be embracing, what we can learn from all of these experiences with like identifying our triggers, especially whenever we need to do some deep meditation on our emotions. And that's what I'm getting from you. Like, I keep wanting to use the word emotions, like what triggers our emotions are kind of our deeper, darker thought process. And for you, I love that I know you're going to do the work, and once you do the work, like you kind of come out of the other side. It's almost like a shadow that has to be continuously addressed with you. And what will be your outcome of all of this like intense deep shadow work that you seem to be doing and greeting the first of the month is the Sun. And this is a great one for you. It's always a great family card because I immediately see like the image of your little boy like all the time. Whenever I see the Sun, this card radiates positivity, fun, warmth, and I'm feeling like you need to find things in your life that are fun for you again. I wrote down that you need to start creating art. Strictly for you, not anything to sell, but it's something for you to go back and find your happiness, like things that make you happy outside of your family, outside of work. It's more like finding your own contentment within yourself, something that's going to relax you and force yourself to turn that off, your mind, your emotions, and that's going to put you in kind of like, I'm hearing the words like forced meditative state, so you can get that spiritual boost within yourself. And I'm hearing like art like super relaxes you, that you find it just so beautiful and stunning, and almost like it's something that puts you in this Zen mood, either looking at art or creating it. I feel like you're just as good at why do I want to use the words like assessing art? Studying art? I don't know, were you an art major? But I feel like you're just as good at assessing art. I hope you know what that means, because I don't. Assessing art as you are making art. Like it gives you equal amounts of joy. So right now, I feel like that is going to get you back to where you need to be, back into alignment. Because that's what these cards are showing me, that you're kind of out of alignment. And even now as I'm peeking in on you, your chakras seem to be a little like, they're a little, the one that's blue, and I'm losing my train of thought, the chakra that is blue is a little bit blocked, and I'm gonna get back to you on that chakra. I can't think of which chakra that is, and it's gonna really bother me, and I'll let you know. All of the other ones seemed they seem a little bit like just slightly, your solar plexus is just slightly out of line, just slightly, but all the other ones seem good, but the blue one especially is blocked for whatever reason. I'm gonna get back to you on which chakra that is. I don't know why I'm having a meltdown about which one it is, the specific word, but I'm gonna get back to you, and we're gonna continue on with your reading, and I'll just shoot you a different message about that one that is blocked, and hopefully I can find an activation for you to get that kind of activated and aligned. I'm feeling like whenever you sit down and you start drawing or painting, I feel like it's more going to be painting with colors, maybe watercolor or like oils. It's that forced meditation with the colors is going to put you back in alignment. And I'm feeling like you feel it yourself. Like almost, I'm hearing like lower back pain. So, and I'm also going to send you some Reiki after I finish this video reading with you, because I feel like you would benefit from that. If you don't want the Reiki, I'm going to go ahead and ask you whenever I do some more research on the root. I guess it is your root chakra, because I just said root. Okay. But I'm still going to get back to you on all of that. So, I actually did pull a Reiki card for you from the Reiki deck. Instead of doing oracle cards, I'm going to be doing the Reiki. Because I'm also going to be sending you weekly Reiki. I am attuned to Nancy Hess's Reiki family, so you're going to be getting Reiki from me every week, okay? And so that's why I'm going to be specifically, I'm hearing that you need these Reiki cards. So, the card I pulled for you, which I thought was really cool, was this one, which is the Dragon's Breath. Hopefully you can see that. I'll turn it. It pulled this way, but I'm turning it this way so you can see it. There we go. Okay, so whenever I pulled it for you, it literally says misalignment, and I know it's me that's meant to be giving you this reading. It's me. This is kind of my confirmation and your confirmation that I'm supposed to be getting you back into alignment, and that you are supposed to be receiving this Reiki from me, because my spirit guide is a dragon. And so I thought it was funny that you got Dragon's Breath and that it did say misalignment, but it's going to be okay, girlfriend, because I'm going to get you back on the path. Don't worry. And what this also says is spiritual initiation, and it really, being misalignment and getting back on the train, you don't really want to get on the same path that you were on, because that kind of got you kicked off in a sense of your path. You're trying to find a new path whenever you're becoming aligned again, and it's almost like you're going into, how do I want to put this, a better spiritual path for you that's going to work with your schedule, and that's still going to give you this, like, I keep wanting to say the word happiness. Like, I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling like you're kind of not happy. And it's because things have not, like, you've accepted the way things have to be, but with not being able to do everything that you wanted to do right then. But it's more like you have to wait for the right time, because I feel like your family, like, I'm hearing like family issues like suck up a lot of your attention, and especially like you're trying to get done with school before you move on to the next thing. It's just you're a little teeny tiny bit impatient. So we got to get you back on the more aligned path for you to get your mojo going. And so next we're going to go into your soul journey reading. I love this part of the deck, because not just the deck, but this part of the reading, because I love my readings to have a little bit of soul healing in all of them, because we all have things that we need to do in order to address and heal our souls. So the first card I pulled for you was the self-examination card. And it says, do I ever purposely bind myself to the pain or helplessness of others? And really, sometimes we get in a situation where we've helped as much as we can physically help, and to help more would be to drain ourselves, in which we have no more energy to drain initially. And so with this card, this is almost like a double whammy. Like, I always caution people to not overextend themselves. I'm hearing, especially where like Reiki is concerned, or if you're not getting any value out of a certain situation, then leave it. But with this card also acts as kind of a mirror to us. Like, is there something, whenever it says, do I ever purposely bind myself to the pain or the helplessness of others, do you, like if you see somebody that's like, oh, I just don't have time for her complaining, do you kind of adopt that mindset? Like you have to really sit down and ask that question whenever somebody's like getting on your nerves, for example. Like, oh, I just don't have time for you. Stop it. I just can't anymore. It's not to say overextend yourself, but whenever I look at that card, I often think if you're not giving enough to others, you almost don't know how to receive whenever it's time for somebody to give to you. So pay attention who you're blocking out because you think you can't handle them or make time for them versus people that really do drain your energy. You don't want somebody that's kind of like sucking on you for no good reason and they aren't giving any value to your life. But pay attention to the people that can give value to your life but do sometimes maybe need help, if that makes sense. I hope it does. And this is going to be your challenge card for today, and it says, challenge. What is your favorite movie or television show? Reflect on how that movie or show relates to your feelings about yourself as well as the universe. So I think that is really cool. For me, I can use myself as an example. For me, my favorite television show right now is Manic on Netflix. And it's about people with mental illness and how they are kind of trying to fix what is wrong with them. And we're all kind of trying to fix ourselves, right? Like I'm on this huge healing journey to heal myself after a spirit attachment. And in that show, they're trying to, in a sense, rewire and fix their brains because society has told them that something is wrong with them and they just want to, quote, feel normal. And sometimes your normal is not my normal. And often I think that in the universe, there's a cosmic, spiritual, almost acceptance of that. But in our society, a lot of the times there is not. And with this challenge card, that really opens you up to really thinking about, well, do you think that your normal is normal? And how do you tolerate somebody else that is beyond you, in a sense, that makes you uncomfortable? Like, do you come at that with a sense of peace and grace and try to meet them at their worst or at that level? Or do you come at them with a blinding yourself because you're like, they make me uncomfortable, I just don't understand this shit, like I just need to leave it alone? Like, that's part of how do you come into a situation and meet them at that level. So I think you're gonna have some different work to do this week, especially with understanding people and their emotions and who the difference between kind of an energy sucking person that doesn't bring any value to your life or somebody that actually does bring value to your life, just in a different, unique way that you've never stopped to pause and think about. That's going to come along with the journey of aligning yourself again. And I'm definitely keep hearing like art, meditation, like that's where you need to be. Probably at the end of this week, I'm going to pull cards again for you and do an additional reading so you can get this one and then catch up with the next one. But I hope you enjoyed this last week's catch-up reading, however you want to say it. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you definitely by now know how to get a hold of me, girl. Let me know. And I hope you continue to have a good rest of your day.